supposed to benefit or what the point is.
Well, we still don't know any more facts about the case, right?
Yeah.
They haven't finished the investigation or haven't disclosed what they've been finding concerning the guy's severed spinal cord. Because it all goes back to Frankie Gray. Is it Freddie Gray?
Freddie.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's key too. Because remember we were wondering like why the cops were adamant that something happened to him, man, in that van. Something happened in the van. Something happened in the van. And it has to do with the laws change when you get into custody versus and maybe you'd know more about this. It has something to do with your 4th Amendment rights and your 14th Amendment rights.
The search and seizure and the due process clauses.
Yeah. Something about that where once you get into the police so if you're going to sue, if the department was going to have to pay out on it, they want it to be something that happened inside the van versus out on the streets before you're technically under arrest. Once you're under arrest, your freedoms change and your rights change. And so that's why they keep pushing hard like, well, no,
definitely in the van.
He was standing on his foot. He was talking. So it couldn't have been before. It had to have been when he was in the van. Something happened in the van. And I kept going, why does it fucking matter? If he's in police custody, he's your responsibility. So why does it matter if it happened when you tackled him or if you roughed him up in the van? Apparently it matters a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. You'd probably know more about what those laws are than I would, but that's kind of the basis for why they're saying that. Anyway, outside the stadium, when it moved down by Camden Yards, protesters threw objects at cars, kicked windshields, smashed windows, threw a flaming trash can at the police, which is always good. They were seen jumping on police cars. A civilian's car windshield was also shattered as chants of shut it down were heard. During all the unrest, violence continued with reports of looting, smashing of shop windows. Despite police's order for the protesters to disperse, they began the violence early in the evening by throwing barricades at police. Fans from inside the stadium were watching as so there's like 1,000 people all going, doing their march, and then they would break off into smaller groups. Mm-hmm. So they're inside the stadium looking out and going, what the fuck? And you'd see these small groups break out and start busting up cars and shit. And a wireless store, let's see. Yeah, so they see him throwing bottles, cans, all that shit at police. A wireless store and a 7-Eleven were both looted. They had about 35 protesters that were arrested. 6 cops were hurt.
A wireless store and stuff. What does that have to do with?
I know it has nothing to do with the cause or the protest.
Is that a part of the
bullshit, dude? It's just, hey, let's get what we can get. Opportunistic bullshit.
Yep, and that's exactly what it breaks down to, which is sad because there are people that are out there feeling like their rights are violated, and there's this mistrust with the police or whatever, and so the whole thing, like as soon as you go and you smash a window, let alone multiple windows or cars, I'm telling you, you lose the country. Nobody's on your side anymore. You fucking lose all of it. All of us go, oh, this bullshit. We've seen this bullshit. We know how this goes. All of a sudden, your cause goes out the fucking window, and it's, more people acting like fucking animals in their own backyard. This is great. Good for you guys. Good. I hope you have fun. Hope you get some ho-hos. Hope it was worth it. Right. Hope you got a good 6-pack of Mountain Dew. Hope it was worth it, because every one of us knows that 7-Eleven owner has nothing to do with what's going on and what you're doing down there. Nothing. Less than nothing. What?
I was just going to say, what's funny is after Ferguson, and I haven't seen them yet for Baltimore, but I saw after Michigan State made it to the Final Four, I saw several things where people try to say like, when, white kids at college, have a riot after a game, no one sits here and talks about animals and this and that. And it's like, dude, I mean, I'm not a State fan, obviously, but
burning a couch in the middle of a street, violently attacking people and shit.
Well, another thing, a planned thing. Everyone knows it. It's a thing at State now. It's been going on for a little bit. They do it in the middle of a street. It's a couch that they, it's just, it is not even close to the same thing. 20 or 30 or maybe 400 Michigan State students, outside, a few girls showing their titties off and stuff.
Yeah.
To riding and busting in a 7-Eleven. It's just insane to me.
This idea, I've always hated this idea of these planned protests too, for some reason. It seems like have a protest that's grassroots that everyone's behind, but this idea of these planned and organized protests. They keep talking about organized protests.
They get the professionals in there.
Yeah, where you get
the professionals.
You get the race baiters in there, and they pay these people. These people, this is a job now. They're getting paid. They'll put them up in hotels. They'll give them food certificates, and they'll bus them in somewhere they don't belong.
Crazy to think of that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, yes, look at the peaceful protesters. Well, these peaceful protesters are basically paid endorsers to stir up shit. All of a sudden, it kind of loses that, like, hey, we're just taking one. This outrage has to be stopped now. I'm not saying everybody out there is that, but there's plenty of them, and it's happening more and more where they organize. Well, there's no organized protest set until Tuesday. It's like, oh, okay, well, that seems weird.
Yeah,
but
very specific agenda versus back in the 60s when things would just spring up and
yeah,
people would actually, I don't know.
And you would organize stuff. Sure, you would have civic leaders who would go, hey, we're going to be marching to Selma. Join us here at blah, blah, blah. And they would do flyers and, media announcements, whatever. And then people would show up if they were interested. But the idea of paying people in food vouchers, putting them up in hotels, really seems...
that could,
right.
That might be kind of lucrative for you.
I know, dude. If I could get in the game of getting paid to travel around and do that, I'd be all about it. I would not care what the cause was. I would sell my soul. Yeah. I would sell my soul to be able to just stay in
Pour yourself
hotels.
out.
Yeah, absolutely.
He loves hotels.
I think a lot of people would.
I'm such a nerd for hotels. I don't know what it is, but I love staying in hotels.
Yeah, I like hotels too.
Oh, gross.
I do
love it. I love staying in them. I'll find any excuse to stay in a hotel if I can.
Yeah, the idea of someone else doing everything is so appealing.
Right. The idea of somebody else spreading their semen all over the pillowcase.
Oh, you think that's going to bother E?
Well, that's what I just assume. You walk in there, it's like, oh God,
wow.
The freaking channel changer, the remote control is just
I don't,
spewed over 80 times.
Yeah,
I think I just feel like it's an escape from my regular life when I'm in a hotel. Maybe I don't know.
No Nana there to care for.
I guess
no Nana to be changed.
Well,
although I sort of think Nana hotel when I think hotel. I think Nana.
We know about that.
I think let's wash her hair.
I had a situation last night where I stayed in a hotel, and for some reason, late at night, me and my buddy decided to start throwing pop all over each other, and I realized later that
dude, you're 32 years old.
I know.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Wait, you were trashing a hotel room?
Can we think of the maid?
For some reason, my buddy decided to suggest that I was fired and then throw pop on me, and I just passed out in it. Like, dude, I slept in pop.
More and more, the older I get, I think of the maid more and more.
Yeah,
I do. Like, I find myself kind of tidying up.
I do too.
Putting all the towels in one spot, putting all the garbage kind of together and shit. I don't know.
I know.
E does it. He sprays Mountain Dew all over the room.
It wasn't me, to be clear. I just got it on me, and then I just fell asleep in it.
Yeah.
I slept in essentially
a shower.
No.
Fuck. Anyway, back to Baltimore. There were people that when they finally did leave the game, or actually no, not leaving the game before the game was over. That game ended up going 10 innings, and so they had a little overtime. Red Sox and Baltimore, but there were fans that would be at Chelly's Chili.
Yeah,
we're hanging out at a local bar to the Camden Yards, and they're fighting with these protesters, or fucking with them. And so I don't know who's fucking with who, but there's a guy and his wife who got a bloody face and shit's chucked, and there's people chucking chairs through Subway.
Yeah,
I mean all that shit, and it's like, what is the injustice that we're?
They don't know. That's what's crazy. We don't even know the damn facts of this.
No, it seems the racism seems like is equally to point automatically that it's racism because a black kid died. Like, that seems equally racist when you don't know. Everybody admits nobody really knows what's happened yet. There's a full investigation. The Department of Justice is involved. It's not like I'll never understand the looting and rioting part. I'll never get that. But I can understand the protesting and the feeling wronged or whatever. If you saw an injustice, waited the few months for the investigation to go on, and then you didn't get the answer you thought you had coming.
Right.
And it's just an outrage. This is injustice. And then there's protests and you march and you do your peaceful bullshit, whatever. But this idea of we demand answers now, it's like, well, that's not the way our legal system works. No, everybody understands that, I think, right?
What is taking a couple weeks though?
Well, I think I have no idea. You would know more than I would as to why it would take.
Why would it take more than a couple weeks to get an answer as to what happened in that?
They're doing multiple autopsies on the kid. Yeah, they've released very little, and I think they're doing that because they don't want to do what they did with the Michael Brown case. And
I can imagine you want to be really careful and certain, but you also want to be quick because of what's happening now.
Well, they gave a date like right away. They said May 1st.
I think it was the 30th. Okay, the 1st.
They said May 1st. So it's like, okay, well, how about we hold on until May 1st and see what we come back with? And what if the truth is that something happened to a man in the van by himself and it had really nothing to do with the cop? I mean, that's just could be. I'm not saying it is. I have no idea, just like anybody else has no idea.
They'll back it up a step, as I said before. They'll back it up and they'll try to find some injustice in why he was even stopped and what these guys even messing with him for.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So, but it's more than just the race issue. It's obviously the cop issue too. They broadened this out beyond race and just to make it a us versus them cop thing.
Yeah.
So that makes it doubly as.
Yeah. I just don't know what you want. I guess I don't know what you want them to do. Like they tase someone, it's too much. Shoot someone, it's too much. Even if it's justified. Even a justified shooting is too much. So I don't know what you like. What is the alternative?
Run them over with your car into a brick wall.
I'm game for that. I can do that.
Thus creating the greatest cop video of all time.
Yeah, it was. God, sent that son of a bitch 10 feet over a wall.
Ass over apple cart.
I love that video. But yeah, should we just open the prisons and let everybody out? Because they've probably all been fucking wronged by the cops. Just let the inmates run the asylum. Is that what we want? Because I guarantee what's going to happen is police are going to go, fuck this. It's not worth it. I'll go and do my thing. But anytime anything goes down for real, fuck it. I'm not putting my entire career, my family on the line to go to war with something that's going to be automatically, I'm judged as an asshole no matter what the circumstances of the case are.
Yeah, I wonder what the enrollment in police academies nationwide is this year versus last year. It's got to be way lower, right? I certainly would think twice. I certainly wouldn't do it. I've said it many times. These guys are better men than me.
Yep.
I wouldn't want to put my ass on the line every day, and you're doing good and right. You're highly criticized. It's just it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's a thankless job. It's a job where you see these guys rioting there, and what happens when a kid they're throwing shit all over and throwing stuff through buildings in the subway, and some guy gets smashed in the face with a chair and goes down. What do? They're gonna do what everybody else would do. Help, man down.
Totally.
Who are you yelling to?
Yeah.
The guys you're throwing rocks and bottles at? Is that who? Oh, time out a second. Let's get them in here to help save the day. I mean, like,
this is very ironic.
It is.
K-Dog just pulled up a Washington Times article. Police Academy applications up despite events in Ferguson and New York City.
You know what? That really doesn't surprise me that much.
Just because a big fuck you kind of.
No, I think that people that go into that line of work are really drawn to that line of work, that service, and want to protect and help. And
God, I can't imagine why it'd be up though.
Well, because people are fucking more. We have more kids and we have more.
It's got to be like a response to 9/11 kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, well, guess what? You're not gonna win. You know, I'm gonna put my ass on the line and I'm gonna do this.
Maybe. I don't know. What could tip that though is this idea of city leaders. And there's a couple things at play. They have to be very careful not to just back the police no matter what. But you're talking for the most part about a criminal activity. And I'm not saying Freddie Gray was a criminal or anything like that, but on the whole, where the problem lies is in inner city ghettos where you've got police on patrol dealing with an element of communities that is up to shit. And so those people are going to clash. They always have and they always will. But you know, if you don't back those cops when shit goes down,
You saw what happened in New York.
yeah. I mean,
Mayor
de
Bloomberg.
Blasio.
De Blasio. Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mayor de Blasio. Yep. Bill de Blasio. And those fuckers hate him.
Yeah.
They hate him for that. You know,
So that was the extreme. So now you are seeing, as these events occur, you are seeing this kind of tempered middle ground. Like,
Mhm.
we're going to investigate to the hilt,
yeah.
but we're not.
But
throwing
when
the
they
cops under the
do,
bus.
if it comes back and it doesn't go the way you wanted it to go, then it's just the whole system's racist anyways. So you lose no matter what. And I don't know, man. It's ugly. Hopefully it calms down a little bit, but you know, that wasn't a good weekend.
Some better news here. Zot Ford is different from most dealerships in several ways. They listen to and love the Detroit Cast. They've won Ford's President's Award 3 years in a row and 4 times in the past 5 years. This award is only given to the top 10% of dealerships in the country, and this means they deliver their customers the best experience possible. Third, they employ Big E, one of the greatest moppers of all times. And finally, Zot Ford has free delivery. They will deliver your new or pre-owned vehicle to your home or office. There's no need to load the kids into the family truckster. Simply go to zotford.com, search their massive inventory, pick the vehicle you love, and give them a call. Then, like magic, they will bring your car, truck, or SUV right to your doorstep. It's that easy. And, of course, they won't make Big E drive your car if you don't want him to.
But I can,
But he can if you want him to.
unless it's a stick shift
What a Hobson's choice.
or a big truck.
You can't drive. I still can't believe you can't drive a
What
stick,
a
dude.
woman.
That is such a womanly thing. Speaking of womanly things,
Or a big truck. Can be mid-size, but not big.
what's a big truck? Like an F-150?
No, that's all right.
250?
250, 350 for sure. It's a rough situation.
This is from a guy that wanted to drive 18-wheelers.
I know.
I
What
look
an
back
ass.
on that and maybe it wasn't. I didn't think that out too much. In fact, the other day we had to drive this bus or something, and they wanted me to pull it around. I was like, yeah, that's not happening.
A bus, like a Greyhound bus?
Not like a Greyhound bus, kind of like maybe like
Like
an
a shuttle
airport
bus?
shuttle
Okay.
kind of bus. And I was like, yeah, you don't want me doing that.
You want to hear about a cool racket going on?
Yeah.
Do I have a choice?
No.
Oh, okay.
Thanks
for asking.
Her name is Bethany Good, 35 years old.
Oh,
In-
a looker
In
too.
dog years? Look at her.
Oh my God.
Look at that thing.
Dog.
35.
Yeah.
Yeah. This idiot keeps getting in trouble with the law because she keeps claiming to be pregnant. Like she hunts out dudes, fucks them, claims she's pregnant, and then extorts them for
Nice.
abortion money or support
Nice.
money. Yeah, claiming,
Hot.
oh yeah, I was just pregnant with twins, and she's been busted again. She
Twins. She upped the ante.
Yeah, she demanded this man do right by her.
I believe it by looking at this picture.
Like, how desperate are some dudes
Yeah.
to get it on?
Pretty
He-
desperate.
Could you see yourself diving in there if it was just offered up?
He totally would.
Yeah.
She's got pretty blue eyes.
I wouldn't like,
Stop.
I know that by
Nothing
the
no
way,
redeeming
Nice
quality.
thin lips.
real quick though, I
Yeah.
know that
Really
this,
thin lips.
yeah, wow. Yeah.
She has hair.
She does have hair.
I could be honest on the, I will say
eyebrows.
this on this profile, on side profile, she kind of
She looks mean.
Kinda
doesn't
She
she?
looks
like
like
a
a
guy.
caveman lawyer.
Yes.
Does she look a
caveman
little
lawyer.
caveman?
Got that
lawyerish?
Bump on her forehead. Does
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Neanderthal.
Little Neanderthal-ish.
I would put this in the category that sometimes I talk when me and Ty talk. I would put this in the category of I would probably have sex with her, but I would make no effort to hit on her. She would have to just come up to me and be like, "Hey, want to have sex?"
You
Yeah.
wouldn't even do it. It's go time or balls in your court.
You wouldn't waste a good line like that on her.
I would not waste the balls in your court on her.
Can't you see
Yeah.
her beating her dog?
Yes,
You know?
Yes.
and smoking.
Get
cigarettes.
over here, you son of a bitch.
Get out of that trash.
Get on over here, I said.
Cletus, get out of the trash.
Probably a
Leave
smoker's
my sandwich, Cletus.
a throaty smoker voice.
Yeah.
Smoking Pall Malls.
She demanded this man do right by her, repeatedly harassed him.
Do right by her.
So she's got harassment
Cool.
charges
Real
against her
quick.
from previous relationships.
When you
Yeah.
asked me if I would do this, by the way, and I know these aren't 100%, but I would not do someone like this without a condom. Just to let you know. Like I know that
Really?
doesn't mean it. Yeah, no way.
what do you think? Like you talking sober? Are you talking 3 beers, 6 beers?
I
What
always
are we
have.
at?
I always have condoms on me.
Why did you feel the need to rewind and tell us that?
I don't.
I mean, neither of us said anything about that.
Well, he asked me if I would hook up with her. If I'd be that
I
desperate.
just
So
wanted for the record.
Yeah,
the
I was
record
just
to be
going to say
clear.
he wanted that to be on the record.
I wanted to be clear that if she came after me,
Okay.
What
I'd
if
be
she
like,
won't
I-
let you though? Because she wants to trick you into thinking you've knocked her up.
see ya.
Really? What if you're in the process? You're not going to be.
See
You're
ya.
a guy. You're not going to have the will to pull out
No
and finish
way.
that up.
Get a
No way.
blowjob.
I know you're out, but
Pull out. I'm not going to be in because I already would have I'm not going.
What
in
if
without
you were
condom.
a few strokes in and all of a sudden she just grabbed that thing and said, "I want to go bareback," and ripped it off you?
No.
You're not.
You would.
Yeah, you'd finish up. Yeah, you would.
No, I
Fingers
wouldn't.
crossed. Here we go.
No, I wouldn't.
All right. She faces a felony aggravated forgery charge, gross misdemeanor, false statement, and a birth registration charge for trying to extort a man she met online earlier this year with another fake pregnancy. She was ordered to report to jail for violating a restraining order, but told the court she was pregnant with twins that were due in February, and so she didn't show up to serve her sentence. It was
What does that
learned
have to
that,
do with it?
well, she was pregnant with twins. She couldn't go to jail. E. Come on.
Oh, 'cause
Um,
no one in jail is pregnant.
so they hit her with the facts. She was questioned about the male who she said she had sex with back on February 15th.
Ooh.
And so the cops are like, she confirmed the story, had no explanation, unfortunately, for how she could have become pregnant on the 15th and then delivered twins on the 28th.
That's a little bit.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, good. You got to find a better story than that.
You can't tell.
It's not a good story.
Gotta have the dates a little better, huh?
And then while en route from the hospital where the pregnancy test was conducted, she attempted to unbuckle her seatbelt and jump from a moving car.
What a mess.
Total piece of shit. So, yeah.
Imagine this. What's
Allegedly.
going on in her life? Like,
It's money. It's got to be money. She's not hot enough to sucker some sap into paying for her.
Isn't
so
it funny? Like,
but-
somebody who puts that much energy into something like that instead of just an honest living,
Mhm.
right? Just fucking go to school or don't go to school. Do what? Just get a job and
Yeah.
work, man.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to fuck with people all the time.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
Does she look better there?
not really.
E?
She looks
little
way
bit.
better there.
She does look way better there.
She has an innocence about her. Where in
Yeah.
the other one, she looked like a dog beater.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. That's probably a couple years earlier or something.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a case of she probably figured she'd marry some guy and be able to just suckle off him.
And, it
And
didn't
then-
happen.
Suckle off the teeth.
Yeah. And then she's not hot enough to do that anymore, but she's
Just hot
doable
enough, right.
enough. She's not doable, but you go to a bar, put a few drinks in you, and people become doable enough. And it's like, yeah, whatever. And then you're just that mistake on a Friday night.
Right.
And all of a sudden that mistake's calling you going, I'm knocked up. And you're going, fuck.
gonna do about it?
I don't want to have a brat with that thing. Fuck. How much does
Do
it
right
cost?
by me. Right.
Yeah, do right by me.
I'm thinking about keeping it, E. I'm thinking about keeping it.
Their love child.
I'll just make it on the record that even if I were to get in a situation, a scenario, if you will, where some girl, did impregnate some girl, I'm doing the payments, choosing the payments
What do you mean?
over
Oh, you you don't want to see the kid? You're just gonna make payments?
I'm just gonna send a check in the mail once a month or whatever.
It's probably better for the kid.
Can you put
To
that
be
in
honest.
in the court
be honest.
papers, Jay? That there's the only stipulation he has is that he never, under any circumstance, has to see this thing's face.
Yeah, this is good news. It's best for everybody.
For all involved.
Yes,
I will
for
cut
all
you a check
parties.
as long as I never have to see its face ever.
It's awesome.
No matter what.
Exactly.
I don't care if it asks about its dad when it's 15. Never.
I don't care if I have kidney failure and he could give me a kidney. I'll take my chances.
I'd rather die than see his face even once. I'll never wonder if he's looking at the moon tonight. Never.
Oh God! All right, let's
What
take a what's that?
What did they do? I know this is a very obvious answer in a way, but it just these girls that obviously for the girl, there's so much more to lose on a one night stand if you don't remember, because you can do DNA tests, but don't you need to have the guy to confirm? Like, you can't just find out who a baby is, right?
You need something to match it to. Is that what
Yeah.
I think so.
So
Yeah.
that sucks, man. If you got in a one night stand and the guy just says the wrong name, you get knocked up. It'd be a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I don't know.
odds are you could be in the system for something though
Gotcha.
that they could just run it through.
That was my. That was like.
I don't know how that works,
That was
dude.
kind of my question. Is there any
You
way
can court order people to
but if
give
they don't know
DNA
who it
though,
is, like,
right?
what if you said that wrong? You know,
If
what
it's
if you
just
call
some
your-
random, you'd
That's
never
never been
even
in trouble
know.
with the law, or
and you just say
I
you
mean,
said like say I
just,
saw,
not just anybody can ask like for DNA to be run through the criminal system. Can you?
I don't know. I don't
maybe
know.
it wasn't as dumb as a question as I thought. I'm serious. What if I just said what if I hooked up with a girl last night? Not that I did, but what if I did? I said
We know you didn't.
and I said my name was John instead of Eric. And she's like, I'm looking
They'll
for
never
it.
find me. My plan is foolproof. John, it is.
Not that I use that name ever or ever have, but
No, I think if you're absolutely random, you can never be tracked down. They're never going to have anything to match it to.
Oh, you
I
know
think
what?
it's these slugs who live in the next trailer over.
right.
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that I think about it, do you remember this? I think you guys talked about this on a previous show, but this girl had put a thing on Craigslist one time, or she'd gone to like a freaking rock show, and she had some guy drill her in the freaking bathroom,
Dude,
no
that's
condom,
nice. Good for
got
her.
pregnant, and then she put on Craigslist like, "Hey, I was at Motorhead and I had some sex with a guy."
I barely remember that.
And it was
Yeah.
like the idea of like she was hoping that this guy under like misconnections was gonna
Yeah.
see it and go, "That was me." Like, yeah, right. Even if that dude gets back to that dude, isn't he just going, "Yep, crazy. I don't remember that."
Probably depends what she looks like.
Well, do you think the girl that was having sex with a random dude at the
Motorhead.
Motorhead concert with no condom?
You never know. You
is
never
some
know.
10?
Fingers crossed, right? She's a gamer. We know that.
That's true.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll talk about Satan up to no good again.
Oh,
Why is
boy.
Satan always fucking with
God.
Beelzebub? What's
Beelzebub.
up
Damn
with
it, Beelzebub.
him? Son of a bitch. And
Lucifer.
Lucifer. El
No.
Diablo.
Nepal as well. Good one, E. We'll do that and much more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey there, Detroit Cast listeners. It's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zott Ford and Holly. It's April, and you know what that means. Spring cleaning. We have too many F-150s, and they gotta go. Right now, get over $14,000 off a brand new 2014 F-150 Super Crew XLT 4x4. So, while supplies last, get an F-150 that stickers for almost $49,000 for just over $34,000. Do the math, because we all know Big E can't. That's over 30% off a brand new F-150 at Zott Ford. Friends, hurry in. With a sale like this, our supplies won't last long. Check out our incredible deals and our massive inventory at ZottFord.com. That's SZOTT.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
Welcome back to the Detroit Cast on a Monday. Mike and Jay. And a lot to get to still, including the earthquake in Nepal, Mount Everest. Taking
Kind
a
of
hit.
weird, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a big one, man.
All those people thinking that, just have to climb Everest and
Yeah.
an earthquake thrown at you too.
Yeah,
It's
that's
tough.
Oh no, Jay, will this affect our climb?
We got to
Yeah.
get through the Appalachian Trail first, man.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I forgot.
Yeah, this is a big dog, man. 7.8 magnitude earthquake in Nepal. All these people, yeah, like look at that shit. So there's a picture of the location of the avalanche. Families across the world are scrambling to find information about loved ones still missing after this earthquake ripped through the Himalayas. Death total has risen well over 2,000. I was hearing 2,500, and that was early in the day. So it's
Mhm.
probably way more than that. And there are so many remote areas that they
They'll
can't
never know.
they can't even get to. They're worried about the populated areas. They're not worried about
Yeah.
fucking distant little zones where there's a handful of people. They expect this to be over 10,000 dead from this thing. Almost 6,000 have been injured, as many as 18 climbers, including 3 Americans, and Sherpas are dead, including,
Sherpas.
I know, sure, what a gig, man.
How many alpacas?
What's an alpaca?
Aren't those crazy llama looking things that they?
Oh, is that what they ride up
I think so.
or walk
Kadog,
around?
alpaca. Does that exist, or am I making that up?
No, I'm sure it exists.
Alpaca is an animal. It's related to the llama, but I don't think they're riding them up.
No. Well, they're not riding them; they're carrying their shit up.
Yeah.
No.
I'll research for you.
Okay. Thank you.
It started the avalanche, which hit Mount Everest.
Riding a llama up Everest.
I don't think they're riding these up the Everest, dude.
Look at those sons of bitches.
Look at
that
the poos. Ah!
Look at that poops.
Get one about, I don't know, 6 months old, and maybe we've got our animal. A
I
6-month-old
could do that.
alpaca, little fuzzy
Look at
guy.
him.
We
Can
could
you
ride it.
imagine?
He looks rideable.
This view of his ass.
Look at
Of
that
course,
little guy.
he Googles his ass. Alpaca ass. I want to make sure I know what the ass looks
I
like
want to
before I
pack an
commit to
alpaca
this.
ass.
Just saying.
The avalanche.
Oh my god. Sorry.
What do you
Look at
got?
this one, dude.
Oh, look at the
Look
little
at that
guy.
son of a bitch.
We found it.
Oh my
Look at that
god.
poop.
We found the TDC animal,
Look
the
at that
alpaca.
poops.
Oh, how old is that one?
These are just Google images, so I have no clue. But that's got to be
Search 6-month-old alpaca.
second.
So aftershocks hit and on Sunday. So they've got like people being rushed to the hospital, and
What
aftershocks.
hospital?
Well, yeah, wherever the hospital is in the Himalayas, but aftershocks, which are common with any earthquake, tremors start coming, and people are like, "Fuck!" So they evacuate the hospital.
Mm.
Imagine you're in there for trauma from an earthquake, and tremors start hitting, and so they evacuate everybody down. Like, so they're making makeshift hospitals out on the roads. I don't know if you've seen the roads, but they're all fucked up. Think San Francisco during the World Series.
Yeah, right.
In 89, right?
Maybe.
I think so. So the avalanche hits Everest. It started on Mount Kumori, which is a 23,000 foot high mountain just
Yeah.
a few miles from Everest,
What an asshole.
and gathered strength as
Did
it
you even hear those two ridiculous remarks by Jay?
Mount Kumari, yeah.
But you're like, yeah.
as if you knew what it was.
Sure.
No, I knew you didn't, but
Sure.
23,000. It's quite a peak, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a peak.
Is it, Jay?
Pretty good size, is it?
It's,
Where would you say
as
it stands?
peaks go. As peaks go, yeah.
See it as planes fly at 32,000
Yeah,
feet.
right.
23,000 feet is kind
It's
of
up
up there.
It's up there.
It's getting up there a bit. Like the clouds.
Kind of hard to
higher.
breathe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the weird thing about earthquakes. The way they'll hit here, they don't just like the whole fault line doesn't just go together. It like makes its way.
Oh,
I
okay.
always remember my grandpa telling me about one of the ones that hit. It might have been the one. Well, no, he would have been watching the World Series, but one of them he watched come through the mountains. He was on the golf course.
Oh shit.
He's playing golf, and he said
See
you
it
could see
shaking?
it shaking through the trees, and then all of a sudden he's in the middle of the fairway like a drunk guy.
Wow.
Yeah, but you could see it rumbling through. Kind of like Lost when the smoke monster would come through and ruffle the trees.
Oh
Sure.
yeah.
The smoke.
God, that fucking show.
American Google executive Dan Fredenberg was the first confirmed fatality on the mountain yesterday. Big time Google executive.
Ooh.
Yeah, young dude too, supposedly just brilliant.
That's the kind of shit you do though when you have that kind of money. You're like, always wanted to climb it. I'm going to climb it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You're not. It's funny when you see like people talking about it. You just don't get the sympathy that you normally see with tragedies. It's like, the 1%ers are getting fucked. About time.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, it's like, a Google exec went down. Fuck him. He was probably ripping everyone off anyways.
You're right.
It's like, really? Dr. Marissa Girawang was also killed when ice and rock crushed the 18,000 foot altitude base camp where she worked as a medic.
Who was that?
It was a girl, a beautiful girl named Dr. Marissa Girawang.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
Yeah.
Well, she's not speaking it anymore either.
Yeah. A third American, Tom Taplin, who owned TET Films and Photography, was making a documentary when the earthquake hit. His wife, Corey, said he died doing what he loved.
His wife, Corey, is that a man or a female?
Please don't ever say that if something happens to me. I don't care what I'm doing. Don't say that I died doing what I loved.
Is there anything that you do love?
Right. There's nothing you really love, and there's nothing you're really going to be doing when you die.
Unless I die doing Beth or something.
Or you die in your sleep.
That's true. If you died and you sleep on the couch, maybe during a nap.
Yeah, odds are that could happen, though. I just don't want anyone to use that tired phrase.
Yeah.
He died doing what he loved. No.
I know. How ridiculous.
Yeah.
Don't
how could anybody, like, there's a small percentage of people out there, like, to me, less than 0.5% must actually die in the midst of doing something they love. Like,
yeah.
This guy probably was, though, actually. I mean, he was doing a documentary about it.
Not to make light of a situation like this. However, as we know, with any big time tragedy,
Right.
Good news out of the Himalayas.
there has to be some people that are waking up today going, "Oh, that fucking cocksucker! I know he's been cheating on me for 10 years." And
Or what about this? Like some girl who's like, you know, he's been saving up for this ridiculous thing. She thinks it's stupid. She's with him. She's like, 10 years you've been saving up for
She's
this.
told
dumb-"
him 1,000,000 times how stupid it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you know what? Fuck him. He deserves it.
or just any people that are involved in that. There's just such
But if
an
you owe
amount
that
of
guy
people
some money,
that it has to be a situation where it's like,
There
wait,
had to be a pedophile in there.
there had to be some loan shark that you know has
A
been
wife
riding
abuser.
your fucking ass trying to get that $8,000 you put on the over on the Broncos that
right?
one
And now
time.
you're like,
He's been on your ass. He's giving you 1 hour. I'm giving you an hour to come up with it. Or I'm breaking your fucking knees.
As
And
soon
all
as
of a
I get
sudden-
down from Mount Everest, I'm going to kick your ass. Okay?
And he's on his way. He's at the base camp. He's running into our medic friend, Miss Wirawong. And
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
all of a sudden the unthinkable happens and he's devastated. You know, he probably knows a couple people here and there. Risk he's willing to take, though, because that son of a bitch was in that too. Well, this is great news out of the Himalayas.
So is this not true? Is the alpaca not involved?
No,
in
the
traversing
yaks. The yaks.
It's mainly the yak and the lukla.
A few sequoias, but
Yeah.
other than that,
What is this, Kadog? What am I
Zocchios.
looking at?
Yeah, this is what I could find out about who carries their baggage up Mount
A
Everest.
combination of porters,
Oh.
zokias, and yaks.
how about if you're going to be climbing Everest, you carry your own fucking bags. Leave the yaks out of this.
And just so you know, the alpaca is native to South America. So
They're nowhere
yeah,
near it.
wow, Jay, come on.
Okay.
Anyway,
Just shows that Jay's not
great
always right.
news.
That's what it
No
shows.
alpacas were lost in the Himalayan.
Alpacas.
Alpacas.
No, the good news out of this is we found our pet, man. The
I agree.
6-month-old alpaca, the poos.
Yeah, that picture of that alpaca baby was maybe one of the cutest things I've ever seen.
So what the hell is a zokyo?
I'll tell you, they're a cross between a yak and a cow.
Okay. I can,
But you didn't know that.
picture that.
Yep. Big sons of bitches. They can tolerate lower altitudes. After Namche,
Dude, if you've got a yak ready and willing to carry, what's your problem with using the yak?
Well,
You objected to the yak a moment ago.
I don't know if the yaks are dying to do that. Look at that
Look at
boobs.
those.
They have hairstyles. Look at that son of a bitch with a hairstyle.
He looks like an emo or emo or
He
you know what I mean?
Normcore-ish.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at.
Yeah, he does look emo.
That's what I meant. I said you meant to say emo and it came out emu.
Yeah, I want one of those.
An emu? Oh, an alpaca.
Yeah.
I agree. Dude, I'm so on board for an alpaca.
Anyway, thoughts and prayers to Nepal,
The Nepalese.
the Nepalese, all these damn Nepalese coins.
And I want to say there's an alpaca farm near Richmond, just so you know.
Get
For
outta
some
here,
reason,
dude.
I remember seeing alpacas in that area. So maybe you should make a few phone calls. We could probably get one in.
Oh, I want to get
Reroute
one
the
in.
Kickstarter funds.
I would love
much
to
you
get
think
one
it
of these
takes?
sons of bitches in here.
What do you think? $1,000?
I don't know. For a baby, I want a baby. If we're gonna get one, we got to get one that's weird.
Yeah, for sure.
Do they make mini alpacas?
Ooh, I'll look.
See if
Pygmy.
pygmies. Yeah, miniature or pygmy
Fidget.
fidget. Yeah, or fidget.
Just search that.
Now we've got a GoFundMe that's been shut down over a fundraiser created by an anti-gay Christian bakers in Oregon.
Anti-gay. Okay, so they're anti-gay. They're Christian. They
They're
got
bakers.
caught. They got caught not baking a cake for
They must
some
have.
lesbian wedding or something, right?
Yeah, they must have. That's the only thing that makes sense. Well, they raised approximately $110,000 to pay for a court-ordered fine. Aaron and Melissa Klein, owners of Sweet Cakes by Melissa, were fined $135,000 on Friday by an Oregon court because they refused to bake a wedding cake for a lesbo couple who planned on tying the knot. Following the verdict, the bakers set up a GoFundMe page and shared the link with their Facebook friends and followers. In 4 hours, they raised $20,000. So they're,
Wow.
yeah,
Again,
Let's care
it's
a
great
lot
news
about
for
them.
them, but it sort of makes
Speaks
me
to-
question our listeners.
yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
Took us 9 days to get to 20K.
Within a day, they raised $110,000.
You're not racist. You're not racist.
You're not
enough.
anti-gay enough.
Maybe, yeah. It's lesson in there somewhere.
Maybe actually the lesson is you need to become religious, Mike.
Is that what it is?
Both these people are religious.
I've
The
got
lesson is we need to get into some tangible trouble that we need out of.
yeah, and that money can fix all our problems.
Yeah.
Well, GoFundMe canceled their fundraiser.
It's because they were actually ticketed, right? Or actually court ordered.
Yeah, they violated Oregon law, and therefore they were in violation of their terms and conditions.
Yeah. Didn't we find before that some GoFundMe got canceled because they don't want people like funding criminals, right?
Well, yeah, it was, and I think these places all have their own rules and regulations, whether it's GoFundMe, Kickstarter, whatever it is. But GoFundMe happens to be the one because they canceled the guy. Remember that guy had set one up for the cop who shot the guy running away from him,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Well, with Michael Brown, with Darren Wilson, they raised $500,000 or
But
whatever it was
because
for
he
him."
was charged. Right?
Yeah.
As soon as you get charged with a crime, GoFundMe shuts it down.
Yeah. So they do say the money raised thus far will still be made available for withdrawal.
Okay.
Oh.
So they're not taking it away. What'd you say they got? 120?
110
110.
of
Not bad.
135. While a different campaign was recently permitted for a pizzeria in Indiana, no laws were violated and the campaign remained live. However, the subjects of Support Sweet Cakes by Melissa campaign have been formally charged by local authorities and found to be in violation of Oregon state law concerning discriminatory acts. Accordingly, the campaign has been disabled. The Kleins, however, did not seem to hold a grudge against the fundraising website. Rather, they blame Satan, of course. They blame Satan, Jay. Evidently, GoFundMe has shut down our GoFundMe page and will not let us raise any money. Satan's really at work, but I know our God has a plan and he wins in the end.
Wow.
It's so funny how people think like if there was a God, which would mean there was a Satan too, right? Isn't that how that works?
Yes.
If there's one, there's the other. That they would be so concerned about what's going on at Sweet Cakes by Melissa. Like Satan doesn't have bigger shit on his plate. He needs to worry
Well,
about.
I think you're perceiving Satan as a human or something, or you're perceiving God
am.
as only having like human abilities.
I am.
I think you have to give them broader abilities than that. Yeah.
It seems like a petty thing to worry about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway.
It's one little cake.
Yeah. But Satan's apparently all over it.
Lucifer, Beelzebub, El Diablo, as he says.
I like Beelzebub.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Now we've got a hit and run driver. And then we'll get to my girl there. Jay's looking
Damn
forward
you.
to. What happened? Hit and run driver. Woman strikes a 5-year-old boy with her pickup truck.
Women drivers, am I right, guys?
That's right. She is a woman driver. She's a
I
looker
don't know.
too.
Is she?
Yeah, it's kind of hot.
Oh, really? You're being serious. Sometimes I can't tell when you say she's
I know. Neither I can't even tell. I don't even know what I meant. I'll show you a picture in a second. So she hits this 5-year-old with her pickup truck, and then she hid from officers by crawling into a shallow hole and covering herself with dirt.
Let me see the picture.
It seems to work in movies, moves like that.
Yeah.
I don't think hit and run was her only crime.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
Yeah,
What did she do to her eyebrows?
Yeah.
Where'd she put those eyebrows, you son of a bitch?
Oh, my.
Why did they do? Why?
That is horrible.
I don't know.
It's one of these things. We mentioned this before. Like, do you start plucking and then you just keep going? You can't stop.
Mhm.
Yeah, you do it, and it's
I think
like,
that's
no,
exactly
little
what
thinner,
happens.
little thinner, and then all of a sudden there is none.
I can't stop looking at it. That's
and you're
horrible.
freaking just penciling them in.
But would you?
Oh, I mean,
Of course he would.
what's the? Why do you even ask that? As if.
I wonder what she would look like.
Oh no,
Well, I mean, I'm just
Mike Walter's original. Here we go.
I'm just wondering.
She looks like a clown, man.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't
Looks
get
like
why
Dee Dee the
girls
clown. Make her Dee Dee the clown. Hi, I'm Dee Dee the clown.
or what about the Ojibwe clowns?
The Ojibwe. Does she look better at least?
God, let me see.
Yeah, I think yes, she does. That's ridiculous.
Well, you can
What's
see.
going on, ladies?
You can see
You
she
see
had
the
a
shadow, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
that's
got-
so gross.
she had a really shit layout originally. You
No.
can see the layout from her eyebrows,
She's
and they
trying,
weren't
is
very
she trying
good.
to play down the size of her forehead?
Yeah, that's
If
a
I
good-
put my
possibly.
eyebrows higher, then you won't see how big my forehead
She
is.
does have-
Really, you're playing that game?
she does have a big forehead. Yeah, why?
I mean,
do
then
they
you're
girls-
just you're selling out your eyes. You
I-
can't do that, man.
I kind of like what she's doing there because, yeah, I absolutely never thought for a second about her giant forehead. She's really done a nice play with the eyebrows.
You know, the more I stare at her, by the way, I gotta be honest, the more and more I stare, the more she looks like a guy to me.
So you definitely do it. Dude, that is just odd looking all around.
yeah.
Why do girls think that's attractive?
Honestly, I think it's a
'Cause they're-
psychological thing where they got to plucking,
Yeah.
and then they got too far. And now they're so far gone.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Because there's not a single hair in that eyebrow, right? That's complete pencil, correct?
It looks like it. I mean, otherwise, God's having a laugh at her expense. I mean, that's straight painted on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those where even squinting at her doesn't work.
I know, I'm
Make it look
trying that.
okay. Are you?
It almost looks like one of those little thin badass mustaches. You know, if you put it underneath
Oh
the
my
nose,
God! Yes, you're right.
I think it would be a bad
like-
motherfucker, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah,
evil
yeah.
guys always wear in the
Yeah.
cartoons.
Dastardly Dan.
Yeah, totally a dastardly Dan.
Just move it under her nose.
Yep.
Kadog, move that under her nose. Stat.
Can you Photoshop that? Photoshop that? You can. Kadog's on it. So anyway, her name is Marsha Perry. She's how old do you think she is?
Oh God. I want to say 42, but I'm gonna say 32.
Yeah.
E
25.
36. Bad. You're right in the middle there, Jay. She gave herself up after the canine signaled where she was.
Well, so she didn't give herself up. He found the
Yeah.
dog found her.
The officer who couldn't yet see her
Deputy
shouted
dog.
out warnings that he was about to unleash this dog. And then he saw the ground move and
She's like, I give up.
and that face popped up out of the ground. Ugh. Perry was driving with a suspended license, had a misdemeanor warrant out for arrest at the time of the incident. Officers were called after the boy was struck riding his big wheel out in the driveway. Who
Oh.
doesn't love a good spin on a big wheel
Yep.
in the driveway?
But they're low to the ground, so they're very dangerous.
Yeah. So I don't know who you blame there. If you blame the 5-year-old or the 36-year-old with,
I'm gonna blame eyebrows.
I would think every time she walked into a room, she would just hear like over and over.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there, Marsha. Well, hi guys. Well, oh, hey, Marsha.
There she is, dude.
Holy hell.
See, that's what it is.
It is. She looks like
Wow, that'd be a badass little stash, wouldn't it?
it looks like John. What's his name? The gay
Yes,
guy?
dude. The filmmaker.
Yeah, John Waters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Totally.
It's imagine John Waters' mustache. We'll have to post this for everybody. That works too well. Yeah.
mess.
See. Yeah. I'm on to you guys. Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, hi, Marsha. Whew, good evening. Whoa. Oh,
Yeah, there's John Waters. God, look at the work that must take to trim that little thing down.
Oh, I don't even know what utensils you'd use. Oh, hi, Marsha. Nice to see you too. No, you look great. Scare the shit out of you.
Cleopatra eyes. Look at those.
She was in her 1994 F-150 Ford pickup truck.
That chick's driving a Ford pickup truck.
Hell yeah. Scaring the
94.
shit out of everybody. That kid, poor kid. So yeah, the dog stopped within 5 feet of the hole where she was burrowed in.
Wow, what a good officer.
Yeah.
That Officer Poos has
Hell yeah.
a very good officer.
He was dying to go Officer Walters on this, whatever this thing is. And they had to hold it off because she showed herself. you know.
Somebody who spends that much time on their eyebrows and primping, look at the eyes and everything. That's a chick who's going to burrow into a shallow grave to hide.
Yeah.
You know, you just think she'd just be like, you got me.
Tough times, Jay. Call for
Desperate
times. Sorry.
Call for what? Desperate.
Measures.
There you
Okay.
go.
Not tough times. Sorry. You know what, dude? Real quick. I swear to God, I don't think I'm this bad at these old sayings, but for some reason, I see.
Oh, no, you are.
Well, it's 1 a.m. You look half drunk, to be honest. You look awful.
I always
One in
look
the
at
hand is worth.
2 in the bush.
All right. That's pretty good.
Rolling Stone catches no moss. There.
Oh, look at you. Hey, Detroitcast listeners, do I have some great news for you? Right now, you can lease a new 2015 Taurus SHO for just $293 for 24 months. If you're not familiar with the Taurus SHO, let me share a couple little details with you. She has a 365 horsepower twin turbo EcoBoost V6 engine, all-wheel drive, pimped out leather interior, fat 20-inch aluminum wheels, and all this with wicked style, fuel economy, and roomy interior. So if you aren't already jumping into your current dull ride to head to Zott Ford and Holly, I suggest you do it soon, because leasing a $47,000 Taurus SHO for just $293 per month won't last long. I promise you that. Hurry down, because this deal is only while supplies last. Zott Ford and Holly, get there.
You do those twice a day, dude. And the other day, some guy asked me what exit it was, and I didn't know.
Fuck. Not only do I do those twice a day, but you work there 4 times a week.
I know, and it's on my shirt.
You fuckhead. Do you know now? Do you know now?
98. I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. Exit 98.
Okay.
Even I knew
East
that.
Holly Road.
Now we got a
Get there.
Missouri mother who believes that her 3-year-old daughter with a couple specialty needs.
I'm sitting this one out.
No, you're not.
Yes, I
you're
get
not,
one per year where I get to sit out.
You're not able
This
to.
is I'm using my mulligan.
My
You
God,
can't.
I'm sitting it out.
that means I'm gonna have to
You
pay
sit it out all the
attention.
time. I'm sitting this one out.
You can't sit
I'm,
this one
I'm
out.
out.
My name's not on the banner.
It's my mulligan.
That means I have to pay attention.
She's got some specialty needs, and she was discriminated against after finding out the child was forced to take off her thick glasses for a school portrait.
What do we?
What's wrong over there?
What's
Her name's Abby Lebuski. She was born with Hallerman-Streiff, a rare genetic syndrome that resulted in congenital cataracts. She can only perceive light and dark when she's not wearing her specs. She's the cutest goddamn kid I've ever seen in my life. Look at that poops!
Look at the poops.
Look at that poops! She's absolutely adorable.
She is.
so? What's the issue?
Well, she was discriminated against, E.
How?
Well, I'll tell you. She has no vision without her glasses.
Gotcha.
And when
Oh boy.
so when Lebuski received her daughter Abby's photos, she immediately saw their child's smile was strained.
Oh. Oh. Oh my.
I'm out of this one.
Oh my.
I'm sitting this one
You
out.
can't tap out
I
of a
am
story.
I get
You're
one
not-
per year.
Wow,
You're gonna burn it on Abby?
and it's only not even June. It's not even May technically.
I knew then that she couldn't see, and I
Oh my goodness. This is
It's on you guys. Finish it up.
this is quite a situation.
Tie it up,
we got
gentlemen.
here.
I couldn't quite comprehend what would
Why
be
did
going
you
through
pull this
someone's
story?
mind to ask her to take those off. Because
These are hard hitting.
look at that proops. Look at that proops.
Let me see.
She is a cutie pie. Put those glasses back on her. She's cutie
Look at
pie.
that proops. She's adorable, actually.
Look at her.
She wrote a post on Facebook.
The daughter did?
No, the mom, of course, and about how much her daughter loves her glasses and needs them to function to the best of her ability. She is a strong, confident girl and deserves to show off every beautiful part of her, including her glasses.
Why
All right,
would they
I'm
be- I
back in.
understand why-
I'm back in on this.
No, there's no
Why?
getting back in.
Yeah, I'm saving my mulligan. Why the fuck?
Whoa, wait a minute.
Why is this such a big deal? Okay, she didn't have her glasses on in her school picture. Sorry, somebody
did they
fucked
ask her
up.
to do it though?
And that's why I pulled this story. You asked why I pulled this story. It's because of the fake outrage. This is a story. Unfortunately, you've got this adorable little girl, special needs girl, whatever. She's fucking absolutely adorable, who's thrown into the middle of this story. And if you ask me, her mom is kind of looking for reasons
Totally.
to feel wrong. Here's why they did this. Her glasses are so thick that taking her picture gives off a glare. And so the guys were like, that were doing the photos were like, hey, Abby, take off your glasses. Let's get because they're getting this bright shine off every picture they take.
And she was like,
No, I need my glasses. Right. Quote unquote. You sick.
because
son of
that's
a-
how little Abby sounds.
Yeah.
No, I need my glasses.
You take those glasses off right now, goddammit.
But I need my glasses.
Take them off, you. Take them off now, Abby.
I don't want to take them off. They're my glasses.
Off your face or I'll rip them off your face.
They're my pink glasses.
They're adorable pink glasses. Look at those pink glasses. Look at those.
Yeah, so they made her take her glasses off.
Yeah.
So
It-
okay.
It's Life Touch School Photography, and she says the mom says how strong she is and all that shit.
Right, yada,
She
yada.
said that when Abby saw her school picture, she asked,
What happened to my glasses? What happened to my glasses?
She didn't remember.
and it was like, yeah, what are you fucking slow? Come on, stay with the story here, Abby. They made you take them off, remember? Because they were too thick
Like,
and they
how
were
could
giving
you
off a
not-
glare.
Right, you didn't remember.
Like this was a big deal. We posted this on Facebook. Hello,
Right.
come on, keep up.
Tug
here.
at the heartstrings. All
Yeah,
this.
like what's going on? What do you mean? What happened to my? Where are my glasses?
Where are
That
my
was
glasses?
Why am I
My,
not wearing
my
my
pink
glasses?
glasses. Where are my glasses?
the mother was even more concerned because if something ever happened and she ends up on a milk carton, she goes missing. She's
Oh, my
unrecognizable
goodness.
without
Yeah.
her glasses. It's dangerous.
Right.
Like that's her big concern. Is see unrecognizable, Jay.
You son of a bitch.
What?
I'm tapping out.
Look
again.
at that. You can't. You're already in this.
All right. I mean,
All right.
That's
So-
me without my glasses.
Oh my goodness.
So the family thought it was unfair of the company to treat Abby differently than other children in the school. They said the photographers in the past have been able to work around the glare that Abby's thick glasses can sometimes cause for the camera. 2 pictures of Abby wearing glasses were taken by the photographer, but she wasn't looking at the camera.
Well, geez, you know.
Straight ahead, eyes up front, Abby.
Where
Hey,
you want me
hey,
to look
Over
now?
here, Abby.
Over there? Why you want me to look over there?
Just take the fucking glasses off, Abby. Jesus Christ. There's a lineup of shitty kids out here.
it's a mountain out of a molehill, man.
Totally.
Really, this whole story. Come on.
It's
So they
not
made her
about-
take her glasses off.
And then the worst part
Dude.
is the mom immediately goes to Facebook and goes,
Right.
"This is an outrage. She's been disrespected." They
How
and
about
bitch, bitch,
you know
bitch.
what? How about you send one email and say, you know what? We'd prefer that she had her glasses on. I guarantee you, glasses back on,
Yeah.
new picture.
Well, that's funny because they said we're terribly sorry about this. We didn't mean to be disrespectful at all. Why don't you bring her in Monday? It's on us for free. we'll take new pictures of her and they'll be in the book.
I think I honestly, there was one year where one of my boys had a picture retaken just because we didn't like it. We were like, yeah, you know, and I think it was Manny. He was like, I look stupid or I look like a dork or something. We're like, yeah, you kind of do. Let's redo that. And boom, they redid it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Didn't have to post it on Facebook.
So
my glasses, where are my glasses?
but they've admitted we should never have removed your daughter's glasses for the photo. We do not tolerate discrimination of any kind here.
What?
I know. It's you're.
Look at that boobs.
Yeah, the discrimination card being thrown around with it's like this is a parent that is so sensitive to her daughter's special needs that it becomes an issue. Everything becomes an issue when all you had to do was what you said, like, hey, you know what, we'd prefer that she took her picture with her glasses on. Oh yeah, say no more, send her in Monday.
My glasses, my pink glasses.
Is that actual?
Yeah, send her in.
That's actual audio.
We'll be glad to take a picture of just a couple bright light dots where her eyes were, and
she looked like a Satan baby.
Yeah, that's
all
cool.
Right,
send her in. No problem. And then before we get to email, we got a couple other stories. This one, I don't know how we're going to see the good and the bad, but this one disturbed me.
We'll find it.
All right.
Eternal optimists are we.
I think I have the silver lining in the story. I do. I think I have some great news.
See if I can spot it.
Yeah. We got a man who killed his partner and her 3 children and then sent pictures of the bodies to the children's biological father as a birthday gift before he killed himself.
Yeah. I'm not seeing the angle yet, but let me percolate on this a little bit.
Latasha Gosling in Canada. No shock that this kind of shit's going on in Canada. It's Saskatchewan.
Our neighbors to the north.
Yeah.
They're peaceful people.
Look at that. Look at that family.
This is outside the norm.
It's very outside the norm
for our neighbors.
Yeah. So you've got Latasha and her 2 daughters, Janaea and Janika.
Oh boy.
4 and 8, and her son Landon, who's 7, were discovered this week. Steve O'Shaughnessy was found dead just hours later after taking his own life. He had taken the 6-month-old daughter that he and her had together. He took that one alive and safely stored it somewhere and whacked everybody else.
Oh, God.
So the one that was actually his is unharmed. And then he sent the pictures to their biological father of these 3 beautiful kids.
For his birthday.
As a birthday gift. Latasha was separated from her husband but not divorced, and Jason Gosling would often visit his 3 kids at the trailer that Latasha and this dude shared. O'Shaughnessy became increasingly worried that she would leave him and return to her husband. He'd been yelling at her and the children, was known to lock them outside the trailer or lock them inside the trailer when he was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
One of those dudes.
Yeah.
Latasha's parents said that he recently said, if I can't have you, no one will.
Oh, that's classic.
One of those. Yeah. Do people
Come up
still
with
use
something.
that
I know.
line? Really? That tired old fucking line?
That is tired. It's taken.
And it sounds like her family and a lot of her friends were going, yeah, she was breaking up with him this week.
Which got the neck / upper booby tattoo there.
Yeah, that's real classic.
What's that say? I am something.
I'm enough. Does it say?
It looks like it says enough. I have no clue what those other words are.
Not hot.
Yeah. What'd you eat?
A little bit of Tanya Harding in her.
You think? The stringy hair, maybe?
It's kind of a rough looking chick.
Yeah.
I think that says at the bottom, the way I am. I feel like
I am enough the way I am or something.
Yeah, that might be it. I am enough the way I am.
I think that's what it says.
So anyway, yeah. Can you imagine though?
Getting a birthday present like that?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I mean,
It's the thought that counts.
sort of, or there are a lot of people
They don't get any
birthday
gifts.
comes and
It
goes,
comes
and
goes with nothing.
nobody even remembers
Yeah.
it. I mean, it is nice to be remembered on your birthday.
No more cards from Nana.
Yeah.
None of that.
With 5 in it. Yeah, you get nothing on your birthday. No one even mentions it. Your Facebook page
I
doesn't get
assume
a
a
blip.
card accompanied this delivery.
Yeah. Yep.
A heartfelt greeting.
Jesus.
Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, Jason. Look at these.
Ugh.
Can you imagine? Fuck. They've set up a GoFundMe, of course. Raised 50 grand so far for
Wow.
the funerals and
That kind of makes me wonder about our listeners.
yeah. I mean, if murdered kids are bringing in 50 grand, I mean,
I think a podcast 5 days a week would bring in more than 47.5.
Should we set up a
or
new one?
44.5, whatever it was.
oh my god. And then I thought there was one more story. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys this. Have you you probably haven't heard of Twitch raids?
No.
I hadn't either, but Twitch, the behemoth video game streaming platform, okay? This is one of those worlds where people go into and they can nerd out about certain aspects of video gaming. They live stream stuff. It's a world of League of Legends. People that play video games will know what I'm talking about. 4chan has found a way to use this site for mischief. Twitch raids, a little game invented by the 4chan community, occur when someone on the forum links to a random target's Twitch channel, which is then flooded with harassers. Often the humorous chaos of the deluge is enough to satisfy the attacking horde, but occasionally when marks are spotted, the sociopaths of the groups begin to rear their heads, which is what happened here. I was reading this article about this kid who's 13 years old, and he thinks he's talking to support for in this gaming community.
Okay.
And Twitch raids are, it's like, yeah, I'm a support staff here, and you're having some trouble with your computer. And so they get this kid to fuck with his mom's computer, like really bad. They singled out this 13-year-old boy who clearly is on the spectrum, which is what makes it even way worse. Getting him to destroy his own Xbox gaming system and his mom's computer. The first troll in the video, pretending to be a Twitch support staff member, gets to work on the team by doing the perfunctory deletion of System 32. It's an old trick born in the early 2000s, which basically absolutely destroys your operating system. It's like, oh yeah, you need to do a System 32 update. And the kid's like, oh really? Okay. And and goes and just wipes out the fucking computer. And then it's essentially the file used for Windows PCs, which will just cook your laptop. And so he promptly does that. And then after deleting his System 32, a second troll, putting on a bad female voice, has the lad use his phone to Skype into the channel so they can all watch, and then more people jump in. So they're watching this kid as he destroys even more possessions. They advise him to demagnetize the electrolytes in his mom's computer by drizzling salt water over the keyboard. Somehow convinces the kid to slather butter all over the keyboard.
What?
Yeah, the kid's fucking definitely on the spectrum. But now the laptop needs to be dried, so what better spot than the oven top? And so he's like, it's smoking now. They're like, good, that's good. He melts this computer. Yeah. It gets to the point, and these guys are fucking with. Do you have it queued up there? So now at this point, he's burned the shit out of his laptop. He's put butter all over the keyboard and salt water in it. I mean, the thing's cooked after they've already deleted the thing. And before they get on to destroying his Xbox, they have him take the battery out of his computer and wrap it in tinfoil for the microwave.
Oh, dude.
That's good. Getting this fat kid to microwave his computer. Okay. Yeah. And he thinks I'm a chick.
This in the microwave?
Yeah. Just put it in the microwave.
What a bad lady voice.
I know.
Just put it in there for a good minute.
What's gonna happen?
It's probably gonna blow up. It's probably gonna blow up.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Get on fire.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Don't worry.
Oh shit! Oh my god.
It's on fire.
Up here. It's on fire.
Yeah, it's good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's good.
Hurry.
Dude, these people could conceivably burn the house down.
Oh yeah.
Turn off. Fart. Our 28 seconds is on fire.
Okay, just leave it in there for a while.
Because look, there's flames.
Yeah, just cool it off into the salt water.
This is the most disturbing
Sorry
part of
about
this
that.
video is over
Yeah,
here.
it's good.
This chat that's going on.
Just ripping them apart.
Yeah. You've got a room full of people watching this shit go down as they essentially take a retarded kid or someone, big E level slow. And sorry, no offense. No offense.
Okay.
I said no offense.
Yeah, I got. Okay, never mind.
Come on, be a bigger person than that, E. So and then they what? So they fucking, this chat is going on and it's like, fucking retard, fat ass retard, what an idiot.
Yeah.
Nobody is coming in going, guys, enough. This kid could burn his fucking house down. You got a 13-year-old kid at home. You've basically,
Who clearly has issues.
has issues.
He's not normal.
You've made him salt water his mother's laptop, butter the keyboard, and then throw it on the hot stove till it melted. And now you're telling him to put fucking tinfoil wrapped batteries in the microwave and cook it for a minute as it's blowing up. And nobody has a problem with this. This is just hilarious.
Bullies, man. It's the same
Fucking unbelievable.
bully psychology.
I mean, I expect there's always going to be one or two in a room. There's always going to be one or two fucking assholes, and everybody knows who those assholes are. But this is a really, really disturbing trend that you see in all facets of society nowadays. We've talked about it before. Fights happen, and it's like, can't wait to film it. And, some guy's getting kicked in the face over and over and over, and everyone's cheering it on like this is normal behavior. This is sociopathic behavior, psychotic behavior. And these people are having a blast at this kid's expense. And I'm sitting here going, are you shitting me, man?
What does he have now?
Huh?
Does he have a blade or something? Or-
That's his Xbox.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're going upstairs to fucking trash his Xbox now.
Damn.
Kid's 13 years old. I don't know, man. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know who would take advantage of feeble-minded individuals like that.
Monsters. That's who would.
Yeah, it's too bad. If you want to see it,
people who
though,
deserve to pay big time.
if you want to see
Or
what
whatever.
we're talking about, Twitch raids, go to YouTube, search Twitch raids, cooking a laptop. And you can watch all 23 horrifying minutes of it. It's actually, it'll make you laugh. It's kind of funny at times, no doubt about it. But if you're a human at all,
You'll feel really bad within like 2
for the
minutes.
kid. Yeah, you'll feel bad for the kid. You can't believe someone could be that gullible, but
Yeah.
Hey, walking amongst us, right, E?
Yes.
Right.
Sitting amongst us.
I heard you. I'm just kidding.
What do we got for email?
We got some email, Mike.
right.
First off, got to thank people who have donated recently. Jill comes to mind, who says in a little, these little messages come through on these, and promise that when I landed my next gig, I would donate again, and so I am, and love the show, keep them coming. So thanks a lot, Jill. Appreciate
Thank you,
that.
Jill.
Nice.
And appreciate everybody else who's donated too. We see them come in, and we get little notifications of it. So
That's
very
what I
cool.
called you about earlier today, by the way. I
Really?
talked to Manny for a little bit. Yeah, we had a good talk.
About donations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not about donations themselves, just about our. It's a long story.
Gotcha.
You tell me you're gonna kick his ass in ping pong someday or no?
No, I didn't get that far.
Got the 3 stars going today, by the way.
Did you?
Oh yeah,
You got
They're
3
different. Yeah,
they
they're
are different. Paddles.
No, same
Call me-
paddles. I know. We're still playing with frying pans,
Yeah.
but we got the 3 stars, and it's definitely a different feel, a different weight to it.
The paddles are all the difference.
Yeah, I was only at Dunham's because
They didn't have. They would
no.
have.
I'm not gonna buy paddles at Dunham's. I'm gonna get serious paddles if I get paddles.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was only there and saw some balls. Well, I picked them up.
3-star, not
Yeah,
2.
3.
Okay. Good.
Andrea writes in, hey guys, I would just like to thank you for the lovely teratoma discussion last week. My boyfriend and I both listened to the show at work. He works days, I work nights. On Saturday night, he brought up the teratoma segment and kept saying how gross it was and how it made him want to throw up. I interjected with, I had one of those. Do you remember? You would have thought I had punched him in the gut. 5 years ago, I had an ovarian cyst that turned out to be a dermoid cyst, aka a teratoma.
Wow.
My doc told me it was not an evil twin, but an egg that spontaneously started developing on its own. It was the size of a grapefruit.
Whoa.
I had no symptoms at all. That's the scary thing, dude.
Yeah.
Just this thing growing. and it did have hair and a couple teeth in it.
No way.
Fuck.
Wow.
Totally disgusting. I remember after my surgery to remove it, the nerdy doctor got super excited about it because they're pretty rare, I guess. And he decided to take pictures of this teratoma to show me afterward. I only glanced at the picture for the couple seconds, just long enough to see how gross it was. When I reminded my boyfriend of these facts, he looked like he was going to throw up. He said he remembered me having a cyst removed, but certainly none of those details, especially the hair and teeth. So for the rest of the weekend, I kept surprising him, acting like I found the pictures to show him. It made me laugh, him not so much. Anyway, just thought I'd share it with you guys. They're not as rare as you think. Oh, and the only TV show I've ever heard mention it was Grey's Anatomy. They did it as their pregnant man episode. So I don't have cable, so I'm not familiar with
Grey's
the show.
Anatomy's on regular television.
Yeah, you're right. Good point.
Love the show. It helps get me through my workday and creep out my boyfriend. Win-win, Andrea. Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you, Andrea.
James writes in, gentlemen and whatever. I got gentlemen.
I'll take her.
I'm fine with whatever.
All right.
See how I did that?
I was just listening to episode 328 on my way to work and found myself screaming at the radio. Will someone explain to Eric how insurance companies get their money? They collect premiums from all of us, capital US. If people make bogus claims or premiums go up, they don't pay out claims out of the
We're not
kindness
talking
of their
about
heart.
bogus claims, though.
It costs everyone. That being said, yes, I'm glad insurance companies are cracking down on dipshits and fraudulent claims because our premiums are able to stay lower or the same. Maybe Eric doesn't know about this because he never paid for insurance.
We're not talking about.
Anyway, I love the
claims.
show.
That's
Keep
not
up the
even,
good work. Good day, sir. Good day, sir.
That analogy is so not apt. Like, we're not talking about fraudulent claims. We're talking about people making real claims, just that maybe they were on vacation. So
people that maybe had some part in getting robbed.
That's
the whole point. The assumption is that they played a part in that. That's the assumption.
That is the assumption.
Maybe it is, but I don't consider that a fraudulent claim. If I were to go leave my house for a week,
it's an extension of the idea of a fraudulent claim, though. A claim that shouldn't be paid out being paid out. That's what he's saying. And he's saying everybody's premiums go up when they're having to pay out things that aren't really their fault.
Yeah.
Response to James.
Wait a minute. To what did you just say?
Oh God, he's not even listening anymore.
He checked that a while ago.
Response to Jim.
No, I know what you said. I just said I don't believe that those are considered. I don't believe that that's considered a fraudulent claim.
Yeah, you don't believe in personal responsibility.
That's not what I said.
That's the bottom line.
That's not what I said
You
at
don't.
all. Okay. You know, this person, someone wrote on the wall, the Detroit Cast wall, I think, and it's like they talked about the idea of, like, you know,
talking about the message board.
Yeah, no, not the message board, but although the message board is still available, Jay.
Yeah, you never write on it though. You fuck.
I
Maybe
look
you
at
should.
it. I look at it every day. I
2
just
months
don't
or
write
so.
it on it. I look at it every day. I just don't write on it.
How about you write on it?
Okay, I will.
What are you doing?
I mean, never mind. Nothing. Forget it. I'm sorry.
Find it, whatever you were looking
Never
for.
mind. I decided I don't like the point. The point didn't seem as good as I thought, so I'm gonna just pretend like that didn't happen.
He thought he had something supporting his view, but
Yeah.
no,
But
it was the opposite.
No, but I stand by the fact that I don't, in my mind, I don't consider those things fraudulent claims. You could, again, if a company wants to make the argument that
That's not Jim's point.
What's his point?
Jim's point is that you overpay for premium because of fraudulent claims, and this is the same sort of idea. He's relating it
But
to
see, I don't
fraudulent.
think that it is.
It's a claim that's being paid that shouldn't be paid necessarily if it's an individual's fault.
I don't believe, but see, I don't believe in any of that. I don't believe that
He doesn't believe in personal
That's
responsibility.
not what I'm
Bottom line.
saying. That's not what I'm saying. I don't believe that's there.
I think we
someone's
were,
fault.
whether you said it or we were joking about it, about, you know, they can afford it. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I was-
that,
You
I
always
never said
approach
that,
it.
by the way.
You
I never
you
said
have
that.
the
Never said
mindset of,
that.
you know what, something bad happened. Now somebody bail me out.
No, I don't. That is
that's
bullshit.
the basic mindset.
That's bullshit. I never say that. I've never
That
said
is the basic mindset of someone who looks
No,
at that
no,
fact.
no, no.
Again, the
It
assumption
may-
has to
no.
be that the pictures led to, or at least played a part in the robbery. And if that's the case, then you cannot, you have no grounds to stand on to say that that should absolutely be paid by the insurance company and that they shouldn't in part be at fault for that. You want them to be bailed out. And I understand that. You look and think, oh, that sucks. That sucks for that person. That sucks. But in the end, it comes down to personal responsibility.
Whoa.
And that's
No. You just said something that's bullshit. The fact that I've ever suggested that big companies just always should pay out, and I've never made
Your
that
mindset is bail me out. Dude.
No, it's
Look
not.
at your life.
No, it's
Look
not.
at your life.
No, it's not. That's bullshit.
Okay.
No, it's not.
I let the record speak for itself.
You fine. I don't care. I don't
Do
care what
you
anyone
want me to
else
go
thinks
through the
either.
record of your life? Do we have time for this?
No.
I don't think we do.
No,
I don't think so.
I think everybody can do that on their own.
Yeah, they sure can. I don't care.
It's only about 4 bullet points. You all know them. Last one, and then we'll save the rest for tomorrow. Rob writes in, look, listen, a listener email from Friday's show made me hearken back to a situation where I didn't shart, but basically just shit my pants. Let's end the day on this. I was on my way home from Ferndale where I was visiting my mom for a lunch date. When about
Louis,
I didn't shart. I just shit my pants.
it's funny because on Louis, do you watch Louis on Louis this week? Louis shit his pants on, had a situation where he had to shit his pants on the show, like kind of like
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never mind. Mike knows.
I'm TiVo'd back.
Oh,
I started watching
it's a really good episode, actually.
Louis episodes. God, he had a funny fucking bit he was talking about with child predators, child molesters, and how he thinks that we need to take it down a notch on punishing child predators and child molesters because we've really put them in a position where they have to kill the kid. Like they can't leave evidence, and they're deemed such fucking monsters.
We've put them in that position
that we've made it such a monstrous act against children, and it is a monstrous act. He's not saying it's not, but it's to the point where I fucked your kid. I gotta kill your kid now, and he said,
so
wouldn't it be nice if
when
you
your kid just could get fucked? Now he's killed too.
Right,
Yeah.
where it'd be nice to get that phone call,
Kind of
like,
making a
hey,
bad situation worse.
yeah, hey Scott, I just fucked your kid. I'm sorry. Do you want me to drop him off at soccer practice now? Like if we just look the other way, maybe at least we get the kid back.
He has a
It's an interesting take.
It was
he has
hilarious.
another really good bit on an episode that you're about this you haven't watched yet, obviously, because you're caught up. But Jay would like. He has a really good opening bit about the idea of looking for other life forms and how stupid it is. And it's really funny, even though I disagree kind of with it, but it's funny and it's a very good point on
Dude,
it.
he is so good, so strong.
Anyway,
So Rob was on his way home from Ferndale where he was visiting his mom for a lunch date. When about halfway down 8 Mile, he felt like he was going to shit. Like now, that's when I felt the warm liquid expelling from my bowels and onto my butt cheeks.
oh boy.
Well, I stopped at the closest facility, which happened to be a gas station. Knowing that gas stations don't let people use their bathroom, I straight up told the female clerk that I was going to shit my pants when she lied and told me that they didn't have a bathroom. She denied me, so I went to the shitty diner next door to try my hand at using their bathroom.
Wait, you know what? I know that they like sometimes. No employees only. Someone tells you they're literally, dude, I'm about to shit my pants, and you can't maybe say, okay, come back here.
Doesn't everybody say that though?
Personal responsibility.
I don't think they get a lot of people walking in there openly fidgeting and saying,
He wants a bailout. He always wants a bailout. That's your mindset.
No, not
That's
at
your
all.
mindset. But they don't have a bathroom that's open to the public. Bail them out.
I hope that happens to you one day and you shit your pants.
I think it's.
I'm personally responsible. I will.
No,
know
but what if
when
it's not? What if it doesn't
No,
happen?
I'll know.
This guy's.
I'll anticipate it.
Then you're calling our listener not personally responsible because he didn't know.
Well, Rob's a little bit.
What?
He lives on the edge. Rob lives on the
Thought
edge.
he
Sounds
could
like
make it.
Sounds like he's not personally responsible. And sounds like you called him.
Not in that instance. As luck would have it, there was a sign on the door of this shitty diner that said you can't use the bathroom without being a paying customer. I told the guy that I have to shit and I'll buy something when I get out. When I get into the bathroom and unleash hell, I happen to realize that I did in fact leave some soft serve in the pit of my boxer briefs. I threw the boxers away and I got back to the counter. I bought a can of pop. Of course, the rule was if you use a card, the purchase has to be $5 or more. So in a fit of rage, I yelled, "Give me however many pops it takes to get me the fuck out of here." I never wanted to strangle an old man more than I did that moment. Goodbye, BUI. P.S. Tell Mickey to suck it. Huh.
All right.
Suck it, Mickey.
There you go.
Hey, that's
Nice.
Mickey's first suck it.
Yeah.
He's not here to defend himself.
Congratulations, Mickey. Oh, and then lastly, I lied. That's not our last email. Remember Chandler, our high school correspondent?
Yeah.
You asked him for pictures
Yeah.
of teachers, and
He did not send some, did he?
yeah,
That son of a bitch.
they're,
Oh wow,
they're not the greatest, but
that one wasn't too bad.
Yeah, this one.
Not that one. It's not bad.
It's got potential.
Ooh, doing
Party
shot. That's
girls.
his fucking
Yeah, party
teacher,
girls.
man.
Yeah, he pulled them up on Facebook.
I
or
know,
some
but that's
shit.
my thing. It's
I know.
crazy.
So yeah,
the top. I want to see
okay.
that. I wanna
No,
see the first one.
it's not good.
No, the first one didn't look that bad.
Come, you guys, come on.
I said it didn't look that bad, is what I said. I
Let's
didn't
not
say she
be
was
so
hot.
liberal in our
I'm
judgment.
not saying she's hot. I said it didn't look that bad.
Why are
She's
you?
got beautiful blue eyes. Look at those
I
eyes.
said it
Gorgeous.
didn't.
You always,
look
dude. Has anyone cracked Mike's code yet? When they're not good looking, they've got beautiful eyes.
She's got beautiful blue eyes. Look at
Okay.
those. I'm a
I
sucker
did
for
not
blue
say
eyes.
she was hot. I just said she's not.
Oh, all of a sudden
that
she's a
bad.
9, righty?
Okay, yep. Whatever you think. Whatever you
Well,
want.
I mean,
Just make up the
chick-
narrative. You make up the narrative anyway, so just make it up and I'll whatever.
these are definitely younger chicks than we ever had. many
Dude,
of
we
ours.
never had a pile of chicks like that.
A
in
girl
our
doing
school.
shots at the bar.
Right. So
Looks like
Yeah,
tequila.
what-
good
to
work,
us,
Chandler.
Crown.
Good work, Chandler.
Teachers didn't go to the bar. I mean, they did, but as far as we knew, they went home immediately and had dinner and missionary sex with their husbands. Like, that was it. You know
Yeah,
what
they
I
weren't
mean?
out on shot.
They
You know,
didn't do
doing
missionary
shots.
sex once a week,
Yeah, at best.
Saturday night.
They certainly didn't do shots at the bar afterwards.
No.
It's crazy. I mean, they did, but not as far as we knew.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
It's just funny to me, and I know we already know it, but just because this is somebody that we know who's talking to us on the show, like we see the Toiks and we see that, oh, you can look at their Facebook things, but just because this is somebody we know, that how easy it was for him to pull pictures of his teachers doing shots at the bar, and
It's awesome.
it's crazy. To
Hey,
me.
by the way, Major Impact. He commented on YouTube during the show and said an F350 is the same physical size as an F150. So what's your problem with that?
I don't know.
I've seen
don't think
F350s
so,
with freaking
man, dude.
extended beds, fucking
Dude,
huge trucks.
Look, I am not a car guy. I
You're
don't-
just referring to the extended freaking
right.
bed.
I'm talking about some trucks that are
The 8-foot bed or whatever it is.
So maybe you're right. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a car guy. I don't know, but I've driven these ones on the parking lot. Never,
Regardless,
right?
Major Impact says E is a fuck stick. So
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we cleared
Yeah.
that up.
yeah, that was
Glad he saw
how
through that.
original.
Yeah.
Way to think out of the box, buddy.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's call it a day for a Monday. Continue to share the show, comment on the iTunes.
me and E just wore you down, didn't we? You're like,
I'm
give me the
exhausted.
fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
I'm done.
We wore him down. We
Right,
wore
this
that
is what-
son of a bitch down. He wants out.
He's not extending
He
the end
can't
of the
wait
show.
to get out of this.
No, I'm done. I'm tired.
Jay, did I tell you about last week? I ran into a really interesting situation.
You know, we
at
heard about
Meijer.
your Friday night, but not Saturday.
All right,
Jay Mike show. Can't do that shit. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, have a good rest of the day, everybody. We'll see you guys first thing tomorrow for an all-new Tuesday edition of the Detroit Cast.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch you.